So today was, I guess, Small Business Saturday. Um, if you want to support my small business, I'm having a sale over on my Etsy shop, Ian's Weirdo Emporium. If you spend $20 or more, you get 20% off, which I think is a pretty good deal considering most of the stuff on there is handmade. I do have two patterns, but I don't think you're going to get to $20 with those patterns. So I did a tiny haul today, or I bought some yarn today. This is the only yarn that I bought Black Friday to Cyber Monday, that space. And probably will be the only yarn I buy unless I see some crazy good deals on Cyber Monday, but probably not. So, one of my commissions coming up, I really wanted to go to the scrap exchange for. The scrap exchange is a kind of thrift store, but it's just all kinds of things. They have like half of it's devoted to like crafty items. They have big bolts of yarn and not yarn, fabric and all kinds of good shit. And then they have a yarn section, which usually is is moderately full. Last time I hit it up, it was super full, and there were so many options. It was great. It was super nice. This time, because I hit it on Saturday instead of yesterday, a lot was sold, and I didn't have a lot of options. However, the project that I'm working on, the commission that I'm making, it doesn't really need a lot of like one kind of yarn. It just needs a variety of yarns to give it some depth. I'll be working on a like chest cage of like sternum and like ribs. Yeah, there we go, ribs. And it'll have organs, a couple organs in there, and then it's gonna have a lot of like blood and other stuff, dangling out. So I'm gonna leave the like I don't even know. I can never say the term right, but I'm gonna leave the best for last. And I'm gonna tell you what else I got, and then I'll tell you what I got. So Mel got this yarn. So this was a dollar, but really should have been 50 cents. So this yarn looks like this. What I'm willing to bet is that this is actually just plain acrylic that someone frogged, and so it kind of has that kind of texture of like frog yarn, where it's like been in a certain shape for a while, and then someone tried to frog it out, and that's what it looks like. But it's a little bit more on the orangey red side, so I thought that would be some good color contrast. Um, then I bought some embroidery thread and crochet thread. So the embroidery thread I've got a couple of this color right here. It's kind of variegated red, dark red to like maroon. And I got a couple of those. And then I got this red, sparkly, shimmery one that I think would be fun for adding either to an existing yarn or just by itself as like kind of like wet blood. And then I got this crochet thread in sparkly red. So you can see, hopefully it sparkles. So excited about that. And then they have like a big barrel of like unfinished projects. And I had a feeling that I would find some cool stuff in there. The only thing that I found really in there had been pretty scavenged through thoroughly. But the only thing I found was this, but it has a bunch of shades of red. It has like some velvet, which I think would be cool. It is very musty. So this was definitely like in someone's attic or something like that. It is very stinky, but it has a lot of reds, and it already kind of just like it looks like organs. I could just like stuff this right up in there. It doesn't even matter, and it's already done. Like it's knit, and I could literally just like, okay, sew it to your bones, and that's it. Um, so there's that. I need to get that away from me. I need to air out for a while. But so the last thing, so the person who ordered this, she had seen some other artists' work, and I was like, hey, like I really don't want to like copy like verbatim anyone's work, but if you want to kind of give me what inspires you and whatnot, like we can work with that. And so the artist that she tagged me in, for like for the intestines used wool, and I was like, okay, well, I looked online and I was like, okay, I could order like an ounce of pre-dyed wool. I was finding it like $10, $8 to $10, but I was like, I don't know what an ounce looks like. I don't like I don't know what that amount of wool looks like, so I didn't know if it would be enough. But I was like, if I'm gonna find wool anywhere, it's gonna be the scrap exchange. And I was like, I have never, ever, ever, to my recollection, seen wool at the scrap exchange. And what do I find but this? I haven't pulled it out yet. If that's not perfect for intestines, I don't know what is. Um, it kind of, so it has like individual uh, pieces, but they all are kind of matted together. So I could split them. I could not split them. However I wanted to do it. I mean, it's a hank of this. At first, I thought it was just all wool because I mean, like it just looks like that. Once you kind of turn it inside out, you can see the actual threads and how they're fuzzy on their own. So I could in theory like felt something. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited! You can see it's tied here and here. So we're gonna. I mean, it's just fucking perfect. It's perfect. I'm so excited. Um, so that is like exactly what I went there for, and I can't believe I found it. I have a feeling that I manifested it, but I don't know if that's true or not. I just really wanted it to be there. So I'm gonna put these aside for now. I'll figure out a better place to put them in here because, as you know, I put a lot of shit there. I'm gonna burn some sage. Hey, Roberta. Um, I'm gonna burn some sage and use some Florida water because that was like dusty and musty and all up in the grill, and I did not like it one bit. So we're just gonna cleanse the space and cleanse the nostrils with some good old fashioned Florida water. Mel thinks it's hilarious. I think just like the name. So we're gonna just burn a little bit. Just give us a nice space to start with. So this sage is wrapped in rosemary, and rosemary doesn't burn as easily as sage, so it doesn't light quickly by any means or stretch of the imagination. But it smells so good. It's white sage, um, wrapped in rosemary. So just very nice, very cleansing. Do a little Palo Santo while I'm at it. Dear God, that is hot. Okay. Palo Santo is a wood. It's also good for cleansing rituals and things like that. So, yeah, nice woody smell. Smells distinctly different from sage. So just kind of give that a little. I know. I thought you were going to sleep like an hour and a half ago uh, on Lydia's page. Look what I found. I think you just came in when I found. At first, I thought it was just like wool, but I think it's like in like really thin strands of wool. I thought it was like unspun wool. That's what I'm looking for. I was like, what is the name for it? White sage and rosemary. Yes. Um, but it's actually already been spun. But this will be perfect for intestines, and I cannot wait to use it. So this is an entire hank. It's not roving. Um, it's just very thin and very floofy. But I'm thinking now that I know, because when I thought it was, oh, hey Lydia, sorry I didn't wait around for you to end your stream. I just was like, I need to go on live. But uh, but yeah, I thought it was like unspun wool, which is what I was about to buy if I couldn't find it at the scrap exchange. And then thank you for doing a raid for me. um, So it's not unspun wool, it's spun wool, but it looks great, and I'm gonna use it. I have a commission currently where we're doing a rib cage and we're doing some organs, and then it's gonna have just some kind of like shit kind of like hanging out of it, basically. So I found some reds. They were pretty much sold out of like everything. So I got some different color embroidery floss. Was in the unfinished products projects bin, and it has a couple different types of red yarn, which is basically all I needed because I just want a bunch of different textures. I feel like the textures is really what's gonna sell. Um, like how cool it looks. So I'm working on packers. I currently have 5 packers to make and get out at various times. So I'm hoping that I get some more orders. I am doing a sale on my Etsy, but it's 20% off if you spend $20 or more. And my packers are under $20, so people who just buy the packers won't get the discount. So I'm trying to get more people in to get some like bigger ticket items, but we'll see. Um, I am drinking a sparkling water that's raspberry lime flavored. I meant to go out yesterday for Black Friday, but I just couldn't bring myself um, to go through with it. Like my agoraphobia was just like on 10 all day and really the day before. So it was hard to get out, and so we went to the hemp store, which is what Mel gets her products from, her like Delta products from, and apparently we missed a bunch of good deals, which sucks because that's something you can save a lot of money on. And I mean, I effectively treat it like medicine, like it smells medicine. So kind of sucks that we missed that. I went to the vape store where I could get my juice, so that I don't have to keep getting disposable ones. And luckily, the guy there was really cool, and I was like, I just couldn't get out yesterday, and he was like, yeah, I'll just like knock. It was like buy one get one 50% off, so I did that and was really happy about that. That was cool of him. Let me see how many inches this. So I started this when I started watching Lydia's uh, live, and have made some progress. Obviously, let me see. So the first one, I have 3 that are going to use this same yarn, and the one I did before this that I just shipped out was with this yarn. So it's like people are really loving this yarn right now for some reason, and I can't like once I'm done with it, I literally like won't be able to get any more because it was a sale yarn from Ice Yarns. Okay, so this is a let me make sure I clicked the right one. Okay, So 5 inches light polyfill. So I am going to, you can work on blankets to keep warm. Yeah, I'm still always like burning up when I'm working on things, but like we keep it pretty cold in my house because heat bothers Mel and makes her fibro worse. Uh, but so I've gotten used to the cold. So now like working on like blankets and stuff, I'm like, "Ugh, I'm gonna die." Even when we were at her parents', I was just like, "Oh my gosh, it's so hot in here." Okay, so I stuffed the scrotum with light polyfill, so it's really squishy. And then I'm not gonna start stuffing the rest of it until I've made some more progress on it. So yeah, I'm just gonna be making a lot of packers and then incorporating that commission in. And then I have a friend who said she wanted to commission a crochet pair of pants, which I'm like, I can totally do that. That's pretty easy, just time consuming. Um, but I need to figure out if she wants it and what I'm gonna use because I learned a lot when I was making my do a lot of car crochet. So that's keep warm projects for sure. Um, because I need to because I learned a lot with the shorts that I made like 2 years ago, where like even if you want to be warm, acrylic is just too warm. It doesn't breathe at all. It's gonna be a lot. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna kind of see what she wants to do, and then we're gonna have to buy the yarn, and that's really where the cost is gonna go up a lot because I can't just use acrylic yarn to make her pants. Like, I mean, I could, but she's not really gonna want to wear them ever. So I'll probably need to buy at least a cotton blend. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work, but like, it's definitely less than a blanket. Like, everyone talks about making blankets, and I'm like, no, no, we're not doing blankets. That's too much. But I had a lot of fun making the shorts that I did. I used half double crochet, and I mean, you could still see, um, you know, you could still see uh, where like my underwear was and stuff like that. I'd be good. It's a blend. Like comfy cotton. Is that like a brand or just like comfy things that are comfy? Um, I could also like get like two cotton cakes from like Hobie, and like that might be the more affordable way to go, even though it's a lighter yarn than I would probably use. Then I could use a smaller hook and get smaller stitches, so smaller holes. Um, or I could sew in a liner, but ugh, I don't know. Let me see. Who makes comfy cotton? Is it Lion Brand? Comfy cotton yarn Lion Brand. So they have their 24/7 cotton. I I haven't used any bamboo before, but I've heard it's like super PC, so I don't want to start with pants as the project. Can't find, it's saying that it's there, but then it just brings me to all line brand, and I don't want that. I just want you to show me what I want to see. But I know Hobie has like has some big cakes, and that would be pretty. I mean, like an ombre of like the legs would be so gorgeous. Why can't I find this? Let me see it on Amazon. Okay, Comfy Cotton Blend. Okay. It says touch of alpaca, but then it says Comfy Cotton Blend. I'm so confused over this. Okay, so I see the chai latte color. That's pretty. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, or Karen. Just Google Comfy Cotton period. But okay. Yeah, so it looks like it's line brand, so that's definitely something that we could do. Line brand doesn't usually go on sale as frequently, and if it does, it's not a whole lot off. So sometimes Hobie might be a better option if I want to, if those are on sale, because sometimes those are on super sale, and like right now they're on really good sale. So I think like gradient cotton pants would be really cute. Do you think they'd be warm enough for the winter? Like when people actually wear pants? Because I only think about cotton when I think about summertime or packers, because I make a lot of packers. I also, who is it that makes this? I think it's Lion Brand as well, but they have it's over there, and I don't want to get up again to get it. They have a cotton blend, which is nice drape. You made a sweater with it. Oh, love the way it felt. Oh, that sounds awesome. What is that yarn that I'm thinking of? Now I have to find it. It's not like, I don't see it much in store anymore. Wait, yeah, cotton yarn right there. I thought it was a 100% cotton, but it is in fact a cotton blend. So let me see if I can find it, because I got it because I was going to make a pattern that I got from Dana at Creatively Created Crochet. Let's see. Oh, so it's Bernat Softy Cotton. It's not the Bernat Softy Baby Cotton. Totally different thing. But it's the Bernat Softy Cotton. Right now, that's on sale. But I just don't know how much I would need for pants, and it's never really on sale, so Joanne is having 30% off entire stock of yarn, 20% off your entire purchase, and $3.99 shipping. Okay, well, we'll look into that. We'll see. Cotton isn't that cool either. Okay. Yeah, so maybe it would make some good pants for like wintry time. Pants time. You know, you know what time it is. It's pants time. So yeah, that would be cool to make. And then I could see if she wanted a liner in it or not. But really, if people are gonna get commissions from me, I want them to get order commissions now so that I can get cheap yarn or cheaper yarn. Um, so yeah, but first I have to make at least 3 packers. Okay, okay, Lydia, take your time. I'll be hanging out. Like I said, I have 5 packers to do, so. Now, one thing that is hard is that a lot of the Hobie yarn is fairly thin, and like, I mean, they have like bulky yarn and stuff like that, but like a lot of their cotton is like DK at best, and uh, the smallest furls hook I have is this hook. This is my 3.5. Pants in summer are pretty yucky, no matter what fiber. Yeah, she lives in New Jersey, so she actually experiences seasons. We do too. It just, it's just not consistent. Um, but yeah, I want to make sure that she could wear them like for like around the holidays and like winter months. But something that would maybe transition to like the early spring and stuff like that. Yeah, pants are pretty much bad all the time. But when I made my shorts for Pride in June, excuse me, sorry. Um, when I made my shorts for Pride in June, they were miserably hot. I had so much house sweat. So that was really warm. And then let's see, I had a crochet. I did my granny square hex, like my hexy cardigan this year, and then I had hot pants on. They weren't hot pants. They were like basically booty shorts slash underwear. Um, and even with those being acrylic and being granny stitch, they were still really, really hot. So, like, it sucks because there's just not a lot of color availability in the Pride colors for like to make like cotton accessories. And if you do, then it's yeah, Hobie with the 8/8. Yeah, I was gonna go with like the like big cakes of it so that I can make sure I have enough because shipping from Hobie is a lot. It's not Ice Yarns a lot because Ice Yarns, I think um, makes up a lot of their money in shipping costs, but it is definitely not cheap. Like I ordered a couple things and um, my order total was like $15, but then the shipping was $10. I was like, okay, this is annoying. So I want to make sure I get it all in one swoop. Also, because like if it takes a really long time for Hobie to get to me, um, and I I really like would have to take like a huge pause if I ran out of yarn. So better to have too much than too little. With that, definitely. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and yeah, I don't know if they have the Comfy Cotton blend in the store. I haven't been to Joann in a while, and just because like I've been in kind of a place where I don't really need a lot of yarn, And the only reason I ordered from Hobie very recently, which I should probably see where's my phone? What have I done with my phone? It was literally right there in front of me. Oh, there it is. Like, ah, shit, I'm losing it. Let's see. So Hobie. Okay, so I got on the 19th, I got your packages on the way. I ordered it on the 16th. And let me see if I can track my order. Let's see. I guess it's in Florida right now. So who knows when it'll be here. Yeah, but my Joanne app has been, and my, like, even on the website, my Joanne is not showing that it has any yarn, which I know is false. I can go in and see the yarn, but they're not showing it. And I've tried contacting customer service, and they're like, well, we might not have, enough staff to like take inventory, which on one hand, I like do understand that can happen, um, but on the other hand, um, like I need to be able to order online. If like they push so many in-store pickup coupons, like those are where the best deals are. Then you don't have to pay shipping also, so it's like that's the best way to do it. But if you don't show anything on your website, I can't get anything. And they're like, because at first they're like, oh, we'll give you a coupon for free shipping one time. And I'm like, that's not what the problem is. And so I don't know if my store has it. And they're making no efforts to resolve the issue. But the thing is, like, I know that okay. Yeah, that's totally fine. I understand. Um, but like I understand like that they might be short staffed and inventory might be hard to get done, but every retail store has inventory that gets done sometimes, right? Like it's been like this for like almost 2 months where I haven't been able to find anything on the app and I have to order everything online. And so it's tricky. So I've gone on both. I've done everything, and they are so not helpful with the customer service. It's just like, okay, well, thanks a lot for nothing. Get fucked. Because it'd be really easy to just be able to order online and pick it up. Then I could like not have like this like insane agoraphobia, and I wouldn't go spend more than I planned on spending. But no, I can't do that, and it's fucking annoying. So I'm bitchy about that. I do apologize. Well, I finally got the new flavor in my favorite. So yeah, I miss AC more too. They had such fun yarn. I found it the other day, and I I believe it's an AC Moore yarn, but a lot of the yarn that AC Moore had, I have found in other places, so it's not been like a huge loss. I mean, it still sucks because I do like AC Moore, but I have this like I have no way to describe it. I guess it's kind of a roving yarn, but it doesn't. It's more like a tube, I guess. This is the yarn. It's a big four, maybe light five. like shades of blue. This is all I have of it. I've had it for years. I have no idea where it came from, but I bet it was from AC Moore. And like, well, it's like a tube, but then at the end, like you can see here that it it's it acts kind of like a roving, but it doesn't go from thick to thin. It's very consistent at size. I kept looking at yarn today, but I have to pay bills. Yeah, I know. Being an adult sucks. But if you have seen this yarn, like, have you seen this yarn? I can't, like, describe enough, like, the immense, like, texture and, like, joy I have from, like, playing with this yarn. And I don't know where it is. I don't know where to get it. It's like a, like, almost like a shoestring. Like, it's, and, like, I can only imagine, like, crocheting with this, because I bet when I got this, I was only knitting, and I couldn't appreciate the full level of, like, not having to worry about splitting the yarn. Like, it's beautiful, it's perfect, it's what I've always dreamed of, and why can't I find it? So, if you have any idea what kind of yarn this is, let me know. I'm willing to send you part of it, just so you can see if you can find it. But anywho, that's a nice red, man. That'll be good for your guts. Okay, so this packer will be 5 inches. We're at about 3 inches right now. Oh my gosh, the funniest thing happened the other day. Who was it with? Michael says buy two, get one free, and son-in-law gets 30%. Nice. Yeah, see, yeah, I don't know, like, Michael's just doesn't grab me as much, um, because it's like, I don't know, like, they have some beautiful yarn at Michael's, don't get me wrong, but everything is priced so high, and it's so hard to get, like, good sales consistently out of Michael's that I just kind of don't wanna go there. Joanne always has deals, it's always good to me, has all the yarn that I use. Okay, yeah, eat something. I was eating while you were live, so turnabout is fair play. Um, but, uh, but yeah, so I don't know. Michael's just, I mean, I very rarely do I find a yarn at Michael's that I'm like, I've got to have that. There, I mean, and oftentimes I'll pick up yarn, and then by the time I'm like, I realize how much I'm going to spend to get that yarn, I'm like, fuck this. Because it'll be like 40% off one item. And you're like, well, great. I need 5 of these balls of yarn. So how am I going to do that? Yeah, the 30%. Yeah. But like, Joanna's doing 30% right now, too. But yeah, like what is it? The purple and green yarn that everybody gets from Michaels. Both I think there's one like called like Charisma, and then there's another one that's like more of a roving style, and they know me there. Last time I went to Michaels, I think I mentioned this before. I don't know if you were on, but I went with my sister. Joanne had closed early because they were short staffed, so they changed their hours. And so Michael's was open, and we were looking for fabric because we were going to do a group cosplay to the Renaissance Fair this month. And we were going to do, she was going to do Velma, and we were going to do like Renaissance versions of the Scooby Gang. And so we got fabric for her and her boyfriend's costumes. And so like they have the cutting station like back, like in between the fabric and the yarn, and the fabric is super, super, super limited. Um, and so they have the cutting station there, and you can't pay for it there. And yeah, okay, so I guess I told you. So yeah, so like my sister kind of like threw a fit, and I'm like, pretty recognizable with this hair. So I just don't want to run into that lady again. Because, like, my sister kind of went off and I was pretty embarrassed. So, yeah, I just was like, oh, fuck this. Yeah, but there's not a lot of yarn. Now, I do have some yarn right here. It is their... Actually, most of this stuff in here. So, I have the Twisted Tones, and this is the color Paprika, and it's just really freaking gorgeous. If you want to work with a thicker yarn, it is, I believe, 100% acrylic. I think it's recycled. Yeah, 100% pre-consumer recycled acrylic. So I have 5 balls of this that I was going to do something with. I've only made a headband, and that's it. And then I have some of the old Eco Cozy before they changed it, because they had Eco Cozy. It was amazing. It just flew off the shelves. I have a couple colors of that. Now I think I only have 2 left. I've made stuff out of the rest of them. But then they reformulated it and like came back out with it, and I actually really hate the new Eco Cozy. So it's a little sad. But yeah, I have some of that, which eventually I'll make something out of. I mean, if her language had been a little bit clearer, then I wouldn't be mad either. Like, I was like, oh, you don't blame my sister, you don't blame the lady. I thought you were saying you don't blame the lady, but I don't know. Like, I kind of do blame my sister a little bit, because there's a little bit of an overreaction for like the level of transgression. But I guess to each their own. What it wants to be eventually. It'll tell you. Yeah, exactly. Well, there's this one infinity scarf or something from Bag a Day that I made for Kelly of Kelly's Crochet Adventures. I made that at Eco Cozy. And then I made Kelly one that was like red, like orange red. It was gorgeous. It was like blood orange. It was so beautiful. I should have got more of that color. I should have got more of all of the colors, because like now, like the old Eco Cozies, if you can find them, like sell for a lot more. But then I got I made like a mustard colored one for Mel. I made a dark. I made like a navy one for my friend Matt. And I am making a white and slate gray one for one of my friends. Like, I love that yarn so much. I love roving. It's really good roving yarn, very easy to work with, and I made the same pattern in I made that same pattern I like at least 6 or 7 times. I've also used puzzle yarn to make that pattern. It's a Bag a Day pattern that let me see if I can find. I know probably won't be able to find it because it was a while ago. Let's see. Bag a Day crochet. Let's go to her playlist. I like that she numbers things. I don't know if she always did that. Crochet border stitches. Ooh, that's a new one. Oh yes. Okay, so I believe this was in the 5-weight yarn playlist. Okay. Yeah, I think this was before she started numbering them. But if you go to the 5-weight, So it's 3 years ago that she released this pattern. I love this pattern so much. It's called Crochet Hat and Scarf Set, Crochet Matching Hat Infinity Scarf Set. Does it have a number? Oh, 742. 742. There we go. But let me see if I can. Link. Okay, so that's a link that will take you to the playlist and the spot on the playlist that the Infinity Scarf is on. And it's such a beautiful scarf. I've made it so many times. I really, really love it. It's awesome for 5-weight yarn. So I've made it a couple times with Premier Puzzle yarn, and that's been pretty. Yeah, so if you want to check out the pattern, that's one of my favorite Bag-O-Day patterns. Like I said, I think I've definitely, actually, I know for a fact that I've made that pattern probably more than any one Bag-O-Day pattern. It's just my favorite. I could watch it again and again and again. Does some beautiful front post and back post. I think you might actually just have front post double crochets. And then has some other stitches. It's just a really beautiful infinity scarf. I don't know why I like making infinity scarves so much more than I like making regular scarves, even though I'm finding that like not as many people who aren't crocheters like enjoy infinity scarves and they would rather have a traditional scarf, which upsets me because I don't want to make a traditional scarf. They are so long, it's annoying. Am I the only person who raise your hand if you don't like making scarves? Because they're just too damn long for me. And if I wanted to be doing something for that long, I'd rather be making a blanket. And that says a lot because I hate making blankets. I do really want to make that cat scarf that she did. And I want to do it in like rainbow colors like she did. Because that's cute. Now I have seen, I don't know how to pronounce this. Neon, I don't know. Scarves, cat scarves that are, it's like basically a cat that like has, like a rainbow coming out of it. But I've seen it as like a pouch. Okay, so this is just someone like advertising theirs. This is ooh, that's a really, really, really cute one. That's cute. Okay, I bet I can find. I can't find any on YouTube. Let's see if I can find one. I know which one you're talking about. Oh, cool. Nice. But yeah, I've seen one. Oh, this one has a bunch of cats on it. This is very cute. But the ones that like, I'm looking for the specific one that like holds the scarf. This one is the closest I see, just kind of browsing quickly. Oh wait, that's the scarf and not the pattern. I don't want that. I want the pattern. Why can't I find you? Ugh, it's probably on fucking Ravelry. I can never get on Ravelry. It's so fucking annoying. Okay, I'm gonna send you all a picture of someone else's work, and you can, if you wanted to work that out, you could. I don't know. Line of posts on Army of Weirdos. It was everywhere a year ago. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everyone was all about this one. But this one I like because it's self-contained. So like you can like if you don't have your scarves like out and about, you can like put it in the cat, and then when you open up the cat, like the scarf comes out. So something like that. So oh, what I was laughing about earlier, because I was thinking about how long this is, and I've gotten pretty good at estimating the length of these because I make them all the time, and so I kind of know when I'm like approaching 3 inches or approaching 5 inches, approaching 7 inches. So I kind of have a good idea of them, and like, um, so my brother-in-law, he is so sweet. This is like not shade whatsoever, but he was like, this is like 5 inches, right? And we're all like this height, and we're all like, and he was like, he kept on going like this. He was like, this is 5 inches, right? This is 5 inches, right? Like this is 5 inches, and then we're all like all the women in the room, and then me, like we're all like, oh god, like who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him? It was so fucking funny. Um, and I was like, the motion that you're doing isn't helping. Um, like if you've been telling people you're 5 inches, which he is a girlfriend that he's had for a long time. He's not looking for anything as far as I know. But he just it just was hilarious. And he was like, okay guys, I get it. Which is so funny. Like, no, that's not 5 inches. 5 inches in the cold. Well, as a unit of measurement, I don't think it changes in the cold, but it was just really funny. He was very like, okay, guys. Like everyone assigned female at birth in the room was like, and like, granted, he's got bigger fingers than I do, but like, there's no way on pretty much anyone's fingers the 3 fingers is equal to 5 inches. It's very unlikely. So I think I have a couple more rounds, but I always like to measure because sometimes I do occasionally go past it. So 16. Trying to see if I can playing yarn chicken, although I do have more yarn than this. But yeah, so I'm trying to maybe sell some willy warmers. I think that would be good. Maybe I should like pump up some like gag gifts. and see if those will sell during this time of year. Because I have the willy warmers, which one, like, I made them as gag gifts, but some people actually really like wearing them, which I was like, interesting. So, I mean, I know cock warming is like a thing, but I don't have one, so, well, not one big enough needing additional aid in warming it. But apparently some people really like the feeling of it, so I was like, okay, cool. So for a while, that was like my best selling item in my shop. And then once I started making the packers, I pretty much all but stopped making the warmers and moved to packers. And so I think those as gag gifts are funny. I have my toilet paper scarf, which, like, I think that I should have made it longer. I was just really tired of doing the stitch, if I'm being frank. Um, but I could probably add on to it without like too much fuss. And I think I need better pictures of everything that I have. Making the rounds, the pot holder, handle holders that are shaped like a willy. Oh my gosh, yes, I've seen those. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I might make those. That's a good idea. Yeah, basically anything penis shaped, people just fucking eat up. Also, now that I have my 22 pin, I bought a pattern when I got my 24 pin Centro, and it is made for the knitting machine. And let's see, so many patterns on here. Riker, please stop licking your penis. Just because we talked about penises doesn't mean you get to lick it. Oh! Okay, maybe it's called something else. Is it? There's so many names for penises. But penis, Willy, knitting machine Willy. Okay, so yeah, that would be a great gag gift. So this is by J Wiz Crochet. And they're just little ding dongs. So that would be hilarious to make some of those. And I think it can be done. I think we have the power now. It made me so sad because I bought this when I first got my machine. I was like, yeah, you can finally make all the cool shit I've been seeing in all my knitting machine groups. And then my machine didn't work because it's a piece of shit. So I had to wait for my Addy. Um, I'm kind of torn. So my mother-in-law asked what I want for Christmas, and truthfully, I don't like need anything like fun. So I was like, I really wanted a knitting machine, and she was like, well, how much do those cost? And I was like, because like I could get another Centro. My Centro was pretty reliable. My 48 pin was pretty reliable, and worked just fine until I think I might have broken it when I started using the drill attachment, because it just started not working pretty much all the time after that, or it just drop a lot of stitches or double up stitches, and so I don't know what to do with that, because like if I open up the Centro, literally none of the gears are like ground down, or like even like everything looks spotless, which is why it's so hard troubleshooting what's wrong with my machine, because everything looks fine. I've taken it apart, I've cleaned it, I've lubed it, I've not lubed it, I've just fucking gone in and scrubbed it down, and like literally nothing is helping. So I want to sell this machine because I know that there are people out there who can fix machines and will get basically a new machine once they fix it. But I don't know how much of that is. So I was like, do I want a Centro or do I want to just bump it up to an Addy? Addies, the big Addy Kings are just so expensive that it's really hard to justify the cost, especially because I don't think I'll make as much on that one. I mean, now that people are doing like the 2-layered brimmed hats, like those are really popular, and it would be cool to just be able to whip out a hat like an afternoon, just turning a wheel. But yeah, so I like the pot holders. Hey little buddy. Hey little buddy. It's not time for you to go out yet. It's not time. Can you see Riker? I know he's so dark. He's a dark boy, but he's a good boy. You're a good boy. You love your daddy. He loves scratches. And scratchies too. I love you. Um, I saw this thing that was like, I don't know if I posted it in Army of Weirdos. I know that I posted it in this like BDSM LGBT group I'm in, so I could just share it from there. But it's a tissue holder. It holds like those little packs of tissues, that people put in their pockets, except it's a vagina that the tissue comes out of. And I thought it was hilarious, and I think it would be really easy to make. Because I feel like the, certain body parts don't get as much love during the holiday season, and I mean that would be a funny little gag gift. Um, it's also hard thinking of gag gifts that aren't genitalia because those are low hanging fruit, if you will. um, so yeah, so that could be fun to make those. Uh, Definitely any penis shaped anything are just really fun to make. Low hanging, exactly. um, I could do some dish towels that had naughty things in them. That might be fun, and like kind of use that as a tool to get better at my color work. Because I think that I need some just kind of low stakes practice with that because I really want to do more color work. I think that's kind of one of my next goals, and um, it's just pretty intimidating thinking about like bobbins and like this and that. So that might be a fun like project, whether I do it at corner to corner or whether I do it another way. So the crochet crowd has tissue dispensers. That the tissue. Oh my gosh! Really? Okay. Is it crochet crowd's on YouTube, right? I mean, I've posted stuff about crochet crowd, but I like the nose thing too. Crowd nose tissue. Oh my gosh, those are so cute. Oh, I love those. Oh my gosh, and it's got a little bag um for for like to put dirty tissues in. Although that seems kind of gross to put in the um to put it in there. But okay, I'm definitely adding to this to my watch later playlist. That is super cute. I wonder also if I could do panels on my knitting machine or like a full size box, and then I wouldn't even have to crochet that much. That seems cool to me. because I am lazy. Yeah, but even just like a nose, like, what was that, like, Nickelodeon, game show where they had to, like, dig in a nose? It was, like, a really weird era of Nickelodeon where, like, things just got real gross and real weird, which explains a lot of millennial behavior, if you ask me. Um, but, as a Double Dare, um, who knows? But yeah, just like a nose that tissues came out of would be really funny. For someone who does cutesy stuff, I should know about gross. Well, you are on this channel, so it's appropriate. This is the place to bring the growth gag gifts. Let's see what we're measuring at now. We should be getting pretty close. 5 exactly. So good. Okay, so we're gonna start stuffing this. Now, so this is actually the color and the size, the exact color and size and stuffing amount of, wait, they wanted, this one wanted light, right? Yeah, they wanted light. So this is the exact stuffing level that I used for my own packer. And this actually was really helpful in informing me about how much you put in, how much polyfill you put into it. Because the first time I washed it, the polyfill just like bunched up and then was like super, super, uneven. And even if I worked my fingers to, kind of redisperse the polyfill, it still was like, didn't quite like ever get back to its like former glory. I'm heading out for reals now. I'm really tired. I want to finish my fidget cube tomorrow. That is awesome. Are you doing the one that like turns around, that fidget cube, or let me know what you're doing because that sounds cool. And I've seen some of the fidget toys. I also saw someone who I thought this was genius. That people have been doing keychains of like lemons or rainbows, where basically they just crochet a circle and then they fold it in half and they sew it, and it's a keychain. Super, super, super easy, right? Well, this person, they did that, but they put marbles in it, or like maybe one marble or two marbles. And so it's a fidget toy all of a sudden. And I'm like, that's fucking brilliant. Like, that's so smart. So I'm going to start making some of those for fidget toys because that's genius. I also have like kinky stuff that I want to start making more of. I want to make a collar. I want to make like a check. Oh, it's a bit like a Rubik's Cube. Oh, cool. I've been seeing a bunch of different fidgets out there for crochet. And then I want to, do some kinky stuff. I was thinking of making a flail and having like pony beads on it. But I don't know if that would hurt too much. Like, I know there's like the pain element that's like you're supposed to have, but like I obviously want to make sure that like it's not gonna like inflict permanent damage on someone, because that's not the goal, right? It's temporary pain. So yeah, we'll see how well that works. Cool. Well, I would love to see it when you're done. If you want to share it, you know where to find me. But I hope you have a good night. I hope you get some restful sleep, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Just stuff in the pin, if you know what I mean. You could do one with pom poms. I could do what with pom poms? I'm so confused. Now I'm like, what the fuck am I? What was I even talking about? Oh, stuff it with pom poms. Oh, I like that. I like that. Yeah, I have a toy that's like a mesh tube that has a marble in it, and you just squeeze it back and forth, and it's a stress toy. Um, and some people really like that. So I'll just be here. I think I'm gonna finish this little guy, and then call it a night. But I always am more motivated when I'm on here. Have a great night, Roberta. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you get some restful sleep. So I've been having like earworms like all day, just like getting a song stuck in my head. So for like several hours today, I had Crocodile Rock stuck in my head, and I finally got it out, just to be replaced by another Elton John song. I'm Still Standing, um, because it was mentioned on Lydia's Live. And so my brain is like, stop putting music in me. Oh my gosh, a butt tissue holder. Why haven't I thought of that? Because like big, like butt pillows have been really popular lately. Like people make butts out of like butt pillows out of like blanket yarn and do like thongs in them. But if we downsized it and made it a tissue holder, that would be hilarious. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do another row around before I stuff the tip. Okay, so now I'm going to mix one up. I seem to have one yarn chicken. I know I have some details left, but this is the main part right there. So I'm just gonna take some polyfill. I'm gonna stuff into this little hole. This bottom seam looks like extra small to me, but I was just gonna pack it full. Okay. I also like to make sure I pack enough in the head so that it is concave when I sew it up, because otherwise it'll be just really flat, and I don't find that look very appealing, I guess. Just looks like I made a mistake in making it, I kind of feel. So I kind of try to go under like the lip of the head and really stuff in there. Okay. So come on, little bitch. Trying to do an invisible crochet, but the yarn is just like, nope, you will not do this today. Okay, so I'm going to cut the excess with this last round. You don't need to go all the way around. You just need to be enough to cinch it close, give it a little weave in moment, and then pretty much do all of my ends. I weave them in rather with my hook rather than my needle. It just makes me use less yarn, I guess. And I don't know. I feel like it's a little incognito. Got back, got food. Oh, nice. So then I go through the bottom, grab the yarn, and pull it through. Now you're likely to get a little polyfill with that. And you're also going to pull the head down so you can just we have heat now. Yes! I'm so glad. I would hate to, not for you to not have that. Okay, so two details we have left to do. So we have to do the ridge of the head, and then we have to do the tab. And I think that I'm gonna win yarn chicken. So with the ridge, all you have to do is top stitching with a single crochet. So you do that all the way around, and it gives like a really nice effect to it. Hoping I can get another packer done before I have to go to sleep. It's freezing cold. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you were talking about how cold you were. I was like, oh, this sounds terrible. I hope she gets her heat fixed soon. So I'm glad you have heat. I'm glad you were working on a blanket. That definitely helps. I love. So, like, whenever I see favorite stripe in the store, I'm like, I don't know if I like these colors together. And every single time I see it worked up, I'm like, it's so pretty. So I need to stop being a butthead and just use it. But I don't know. I just, I, I it just doesn't look as good. Like some yarns like look way better worked up than they do on the skein, and then sometimes it's the opposite. So I need to just get off my butt and give it a go. Because your blanket's very pretty. Okay. So now that we have that done, I'm going to pull it out just a little bit, snip it. Yeah, I hear you on that one. Okay, and then I'm going to take this and pull it through the bottom as well. It's so hard to grab the yarn really well with this hook that's not very, I would say not very good, but it is a very good hook. It's just, it's not really like the the notch for the yarn is not very deep. That's what I'll say. Okay, so put a little slip knot on my hook, and then double crochet seven across. And I keep my stitch marker at this point throughout the process, because even though I have a distinct line where I did a back loop only for 7, I like to just double make sure that I can find it again, especially with like I'm working with like black yarn or something like that, where it can be a little bit more difficult to find. Mel's doing, she's all right. She's kind of been having a rough couple of days along with me, so we're trying to, work through it. She managed to get some of her medicine today, so and yesterday, which was really good because she has been out of medicine for a while. A lot of her like pain meds, um, and um, so her getting back on her medicine regimen is definitely super important and super helpful. Thank you for asking. I will pass along the message that you asked about her. Oh, my yarns. Oh. Um, so yeah, so she's in the process of like trying to feel better, but she's, you know, both kind of going through it right now, and times like that are hard for any couple to deal with, I think. So just trying to take things in stride and, you know, kind of let her relax a little bit because Mel has a lot of physical problems, and it's really easy for her to run out of energy, like physical energy, mental energy, and she kind of used up all of her spoons earlier in the week, so she was pretty much done today, and we still had to do some errands, so kind of sucked. Okay, so I'm gonna snip this, and I'm gonna um, sew in my my couple of ends that I have. So How is your better half? Your other half? I call Mel my better half, so that's only the only implication that there was here is that's because I call her my significantly better half. Um, she is great. Um, I will definitely tell her I said hi. You said hi. Sorry. Okay, let's just weave this baby in here. Okay, and now it's just time. Oh, wait, we have this one more to pull through. Grab the yarn. There we go. Okay, so this packer is done. It is ready to ship. He's doing good. What's your partner's name? I actually don't think I've ever asked this before. Um, if you don't feel like sharing, you don't have to. But I don't think I've ever heard you say his name. So this is a completed packer with light polyfill. So we have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of squish. When I do light polyfill packers, I always include an extra note. Jeff, oh, Jeff and Lydia, that's so cute. When I do a light polyfill packer, I always include a note about washing and how the stuffing's going to kind of migrate, just so that people are aware, so they know that the packer is not ruined because they washed it. It's just bound to happen. So yeah, this, like I said, this is the exact size, color, and polyfill fullness that I use for my packers, so I know from firsthand experience how it washes and how it wears and all of that. But this is probably my favorite color that I do this packer in because it's so soft. It sucks because I got it off Ice Yarn sale yarn and they don't make it anymore, so sucks. But maybe I can find something similar in the future. But yep, so this is my packer. I hope you enjoyed hanging out, and we'll hang out real soon. So yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Why is my volume? Why is that doing that? What's happening? Okay, I love you.